You have probably heard of Edward Snowden. He leaked top secret documents detailing the spying practices of the National Security Agency, known to most of us as the NSA. He revealed that the NSA has lots of information like phone records, text messages, and internet browsing history on almost every American citizen. These leaks sparked lots of debate about the practices of the NSA. It has been revealed that the NSA monitors about 125 billion phone calls every month and collects over 200 million text messages daily. They've been doing this for years without anyone knowing the extent of their practices.
The NSA sort of performs two kinds of surveillance. They perform dragnet surveillance of everyone's communications, and then they perform targeted surveillance of individual communications. And if the NSA wants to get into your computer or phone, they're going to get in, and there really isn't any way to stop them.
Almost every action undertaken by the NSA has been based on the Foreign Intelligence and Surveillance Act of 1978, also known as FISA, a counter-espionage law that was updated by the Patriot Act, which Congress passed in the wake of the 9/11 terrorist attacks to allow broad spying powers to counter terror efforts. The FISA also created the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Court and enabled the court to oversee requests for surveillance warrants by federal police agencies, primarily the FBI and the NSA, against suspected foreign intelligence agents inside the U.S. The court is located within the Department of Justice and is staffed by 11 judges year-round appointed by the Chief Justice of the United States to serve 7-year terms. Its powers have evolved and expanded over the years and is considered almost a parallel to the Supreme Court. The spying practices of the NSA have become a hot-button issue in the wake of the leaks by Snowden last summer. The issue has become more polarizing among citizens as time has gone on. Many see the practices of the NSA as an intrusion of privacy and should be stopped immediately. In contrast, others see the NSA as a necessary evil in order to protect our country from future terrorist attacks, like what happened on 9/11. As you can see, the main dilemma is whether you value your privacy more or national security more.
NSA because I believe that what they are doing is to protect our country, so they have to eavesdrop into our conversations, and that should be okay.
I think that the intent of the NSA is for good, for the security of the nation, but their power needs to be controlled.
Because if you think of it, you're part of like 300 million people. So if the government knows what you're doing to better 300 million people, then I think that it's worth it.
Both are very, very important. But again, as I mentioned earlier, no security, no privacy. So if you can't be secured, how can you be private in your own house or any place else?
I would not put my personal privacy rights over the needs of the nation. Why? I'm a member of this wonderful society in which we live, and I want to support that society. To that end, I think that the nation's security comes far beyond any need of an individual.
I want my privacy. The Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable search and unreasonable seizure, and this is both. This is my data, not the NSA's, and they have no right to do this.
It's more a question of, it's not really a question of privacy versus security, it's more a question about how much I trust the government to deal with my private data in a responsible manner, and given scandals like Watergate, I don't trust them to treat my private data securely, so I would vote for privacy being more important than security simply because I don't trust the government with my private data.
What happened to checks and balances? We rebelled against the British because they were over-controlling. Sounds like we've come full circle. Do we need to rebel against ourselves?